Okay, so welcome back. This episode, I don't think I'm going to do much in the way of building stuff. Do want to look at this though. As you can see, we've got matter. Now, one of the things that you want to do with transmutation tablet is you want to be able to convert fuel into matter. So I'm just going to talk a bit more about this. What you actually use a Klein star, and there's different types of Klein star. The first one is simply Mobius Fuel, or diamond. Mobius Fuel is simply from eternalist fuel. And yeah, so you can see we basically it's from coal. You can go through the list, but yeah, to get that you need a lot of coal basically, and then you can either of course you can use the yeah, you can use the energy condenser, which you get from the alchemical chest and diamonds and obsidian. So let's just look at how this might work then. So we've got some matter objects here. I haven't done it all yet. But let's just get the client. We're just going to get a Klein star, because the advantage of the Klein star is it basically holds all their things. Because you noticed in the last episode, right, I said, well, once the EMC contained within the transmutation tablet is 0, right? Now, so for instance, I can't put fuel here, right, at all. I can't even put it down there. I can't even add to the EMC value because it's all completely locked to matter. But the advantage of getting a Klein star is what happens is, you can see it takes it all away basically, and you can see its value. It's good. It's obviously stored in a variable of some kind. And yeah, so what I also wanted to do. So first of all, I want to just talk about the different types of fuel. Fuel is basically a lot of the potion stuff. So redstone, glowstone dust. Yeah, I've got those names right. It's always, it's always important to try and get all the different names right. Gunpowder. So, so we just burn some of that. So we've got coal, glowstone dust, charcoal. Good. And of course the fuel. They're going there as well. Bit of redstone as well. And the gunpowder, I'll put that in as well. So there we go, we've got all that there. So redstone EMC 64, coal is, so let's look at, yeah. And what you're supposed to do actually, say you wanted to get, well, you can actually, one of the advantages, you can actually use charcoal, because I believe that charcoal will smelt at the same rate as coal. So it's obviously better to use charcoal because the EMC value is a lot less. Now, yeah. So one of the good things to do is if you wanted to get 2 stacks of redstone, you could just do like, yeah, because coal is worth double the value, so this should just give me 2 stacks. So there you go, yeah. And you can use this left hand side to to do some multiplication stuff with it, and that's why there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 slots in it. So yeah, and 8 is obviously a convenient number in terms of how much a lot of these base materials are worth. So so yeah, there's that. Now, another thing that I want to talk about is these alchemy bags. So the alchemy bags, if we get a talisman of repair out here, just get rid of some more items, get rid of that for now. Philosopher's Stone, I'm not going to read it. The Philosopher's Stone actually is one of those items. It is useful to do stuff on the fly, but in a sense, you could also probably do a lot of it. So what I can do is I can look at this and you can see I've got a huge inventory. If I just put in that, I can put in some yeah, unfortunately I can't really yeah, but I mean I've explained what the talisman of repair does. But what you can do is you can have this and inside the bag, and it acts like an alchemical chest, and it will repair all the items at the same time. And then of course you can actually put in a different color bag inside there as well. So that will obviously increase the storage space as well, which is quite handy. And so you can do that. You can do internal structure like that. But you can't have the same color alchemy bag inside you can't have an orange alchemy bag inside an orange alchemy bag, for example. Yeah, so there's that. And like I mentioned, these are the types of fuel that you're going to be dealing with. Now, the next thing that you want to talk about is it still here? No, there used to be a thing called the glowstone aggregator in earlier versions of EE. So I guess because we're dealing with EE2, the glowstone aggregator must be from EE1. I looked up, and there's different versions. I think there's like, and I think as they went through like versions 1 to 6, they incorporated more things into it. Whether I actually ever look at the earlier versions of Equivalent Exchange earlier than this, I mean, we're already in 1.2.5, so this is already quite old. But I mean, whether I may well do, and there's very likely to be like a range of projects and stuff which are catered towards that sort of stuff. So yeah, okay, so yeah, so as you can see, we have this item called the Energy Collector. You can see there's 3 different types, and these are all worth quite a lot of EMC. Let's have a look at what's going on here. So we can see we need glowstone, glass. Much of the EMC values from the diamond. So yeah, and then we have dark matter, which is from Eternalist Fuel, and diamond, and then the higher one is red matter, and then the collectors. So yeah, I'm not going to focus on the higher ones, but basically, let's get the first one. Let's just have a. I'm just going to have a very brief look at what it does. I'm thinking I might actually do some more construction. We'll see actually. So you can see it's getting stuff from the air. So it's basically drawing EMC from the air. Oh, can I put fuel in there? So actually, even when I put it in there, it actually puts it into the right place. So let's see what's happening here. Interesting. So basically, what's happened is this is 32, this is 64. So yeah, I'm gonna look into these things in more detail here. But in fact, it's not that. I mean, this last box here is more difficult to tell what's going on. And I haven't actually got. And I wonder what happens if I place it outside actually. Or I could just place it up here. And it should have the same effect, as long as a lot of these things, a lot of them just need access to light. So that's going up a certain speed. What about this one? No, the speed is much slower here. So yeah, the access to light is key. Now, if we get, say, a jack-o'-lantern out, so we're going to look at the speed quickly. So we're going up fairly fast. Let's have a look at the speed now. Yeah, and I think that's faster. Let's just compare it. So I'm going to try and put this down at a sensible time, like when this gets to 200. Alright, so these should be about the same. Oh, I have this one's blocked though, isn't it? So this started off about 200 behind. They both seem to have access to full lighting. Yeah, so maybe that doesn't make any difference. If I just take a jack-o'-lantern here. Clearly the lighting's not full there. I put a jack-o'-lantern on top. Let's see what happens. No. Fucking hell. Alright, luckily I've got it right here anyway. Put a jack-o'-lantern on top. And we get full lighting as well. So that's cool. And we got redstone being produced. So I guess I can keep on looking at fuel. I mean, I'm going to be looking at all these things and creating actual systems in them. So there's no harm to really look at them. So obviously we've seen it before. There's Mobius and Eternalist fuel. This looks like it does actually have something for. So what if I just remove this? And the redstone goes back down there. That's strange. Let's just see what happens here. Is the redstone going to go up or down? I wonder. So this is quite interesting, actually. Let's put in one of these here. No. It does actually go in there. Quite why I don't know, though. This is going much slower. So this must be the target thing. So let's target redstone. Yeah, it should be able to produce it of one gunpowder. Let's but what if I want to change charcoal into coal? Ah, so then it went through there. So you can see there's an interesting system going on here. And of course, if you watch them, compact solars, these things they actually aggregate in such a way that, you have like the flower sort of thing, which so basically you would think, right, to get to that, it's going to need another 96. So yeah, I mean that's what's happening. It's basically drawing in from the air, from the lighting in the solar way, and once it gets to 96, it does that. Now let's replace this with redstone. And this time it only needs to get up to 32. So yeah, so it's pretty all right, let's remove this. Remove this. And we can see the redstone now is going to, what's it going to do? It's just going to go straight back to redstone. Oh no. It goes to coal then. So remove this, remove this. So it seems to be changing on the fly. So 128, it's going to need, it's going to go up to 64. And then it created gunpowder. So it seems to actually be going up. But 192. So that's halfway at 292. So what's 384? One of them is 384, I think. Is that glowstone? Yeah, this must be making a glowstone. So it continually upgrades the fuel that is being produced. That's why you can see it like, I see. So it's a glowstone aggregator. But the glowstone is not just going to, so, yes. What is the glowstone upgrading to? I'm going to have to turn the rain off a million times in this series. Because there's a lot of rain. Well, I don't think I can even do, yeah, and for some reason, at this stage, you couldn't really do much. So it's 384. Where's that going to go to then? 512 maybe. So that goes to alchemical coal. Now, there might be a way I can. Yeah, I think you actually can put in more of these things. Maybe not actually. What's that going to go to? That's going to be, this is looking like it's going to be faster anyway. So what is this going to go to? So remember, we're still using the Mark 1 collectors here. Mach 1 collectors, I think, is actually what is the correct term. I'm not sure. I think it is Mach 1 though. Because that phrase is from, yeah. And you can see the meters being filled up. So 512 from the alchemical coal. And that's going to be 768 blaze powder. Okay. So pretty clearly, the Mobius fuel is the, well, actually it's not that clear, is it? It could be the Eternalist fuel is the end. But then, what would the other collectors do? Let's look at the other collectors then. And this is, you know, and in a way, obviously I will find this stuff out, but I like to just think about it before I find it out. So we're going to get these other collectors. The other collectors may well just be, so we've got Mach 2 and Mach 3. So let's look at a Mach 2. Yeah, these things just seem to do the same, but they just seem to do it faster. Yeah, they don't seem any different. So if we just put in like one piece of charcoal, we'll automatically at gunpowder, automatically at glowstone. Yes, it's much faster. Our chemical coal was straight there already. Blaze powder with that. So it's not huge. It's not like incredibly fast. I wonder if we put another one next to it. I'm sure that something like that works. Or is this one building up as well? No, it's not. So that is okay. So then we're at glowstone. Yeah, you can put loads here, I think. I don't want it to happen too fast. So here we are, Mobius Fuel. Yeah, you can. It is literally like, I'm pretty sure I can put another one on top of it. This one's still not building, right? No, none of these are building. So their functionality actually is changing because it's based on this. So Mobius Fuel. What's the one after Mobius Fuel? So it's always up. It's always upgrading. I just want to look at that again. It's pretty cool though to look at all this stuff. You see that it started from the very top left, went straight down that column, and it started at the top of the second column, went straight down, and then yeah. I just wanted to see what happened there. So you can see these energy collectors are pretty cool things, really. And even though there's no lighting here, they do actually work without lighting, so they can all be done indoor. Yeah, so that's pretty cool, actually. Alchemy bag, of course. And I don't really think there's a great deal else that I really wanted to talk about this time. Like I said, so we could learn the other types of fuel here. Mobius fuel. So yeah, I mean, for instance, if we do something like this, well, no, I want to do it like that. Because that's exactly 4 times the amount, we should get should get 4 of them. It's like the same amount here. No, I've got 21. Oh, that's probably because I already had some excess EMC. But yeah, and then we just unlock with the Klein star. And that will build up. And obviously each Klein star has different power, energy amount. But yeah, I mean, so that's pretty cool, all that stuff. The rate of this increasing is interesting, so you have to look at that. This is still a bit interestingly, it seems to be getting full sunlight, and it's got nothing, and there's no way it could be. So it may actually be need to remember to do Shift F3 here. It may actually be dependent on the light level. So let's have a look at that. So I'm just going to really screw up the light level here. There we go, it's completely gone. But it's very, very slowly still building up. Then it goes to full. But maybe that's not quite full. What happens if I just get rid of all the other blocks except for that one? Or is it completely dependent on that? No, it seems to be completely dependent on the one directly above. So yeah. Like I was saying, that's about all I want to talk about. So thanks for watching.